Why did you not press a soundboard right there?
Damn it, wrong one.
Hashtag Orioles.
I can't believe you right now.
Sorry. There we go.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
With big tits.
Fly ball left field. Nate McClough is there. And the magical season of the Baltimore Orioles continues.
Ball and 2 strikes on Goins. Ground ball to first. There's Pierce. And the Orioles are champions of the AL East.
And everybody knows he's ready to fire on the first one. Bases loaded. Young swings, line drive. That is down and to the wall. Cruz is in. Pierce is in. Party around third. He's going to try to score. And safe. The Orioles have the lead.
With the first selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Adley Rutschman, a catcher from Oregon State University.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to a very, very, very special milestone episode of the Talking Birdie podcast. It's episode 50, the big 50. This is the silver anniversary, the gold anniversary? I don't know, but it's our 50th episode since we decided to get together on Zoom and start talking about the O's. So happy 50th episode, boys. How you doing? Josh, Brad?
You know, it was such a special day that I couldn't even show up at a decent time. But big celebration. It's 50 episodes. I think it's technically 51 because you and me did a half episode once, Ryan. But
oh, no.
In terms of things that we actually consider full episodes, this is the 50th. I'm doing good.
We now have to go back through the archives. Was it called a bonus episode, though?
It was called 31 and a half or something like that. Like I put a half on it.
Whatever, dude. If it was officially marked as a bonus episode, then it wasn't recognized as a full episode.
It wasn't. No, it was our free agent reaction video that was like, we were just sad.
That's fine. That's fine. No, I remember that. Yeah, that's fine. We're all good. That doesn't count as a full episode. We're at 50.
Yes. Bradley, how you doing?
Chilling, man. Hanging in there. Same old shit. Ready to bitch about the O's. So here we are. Ryan, what's good with you, man? You had a nice little trip.
Fantastic, man. I'm tired though. It was a lot. It was all gas, no brakes the whole time. We got down to Orlando at I don't even know, 11:30 Saturday morning, and then it was check in the hotel, and then we were both tired. We just passed out for 3 hours. Went to dinner with my aunt and uncle that live down there. And then starting Sunday, man, it was just parks all day, 3 straight days. Did 2 Disney parks a day, Sunday and Monday. Tuesday, we did both Universal parks. And then Wednesday, we
you get your picture taken with Mickey Mouse.
Didn't see Mickey Mouse, but I did get my picture taken with Darth Vader.
Okay.
Arguably better.
It's a close second.
Yeah.
Arguably, yeah.
It was hilarious because they're very immersive with that whole thing with all the characters and stuff. And I'm a big Star Wars guy. They've always been big on Star Wars, and it's just hilarious how in character the people are in the costumes. And it's one of those things you stand in a line and you each get to go one at a time with your group to get your picture taken with Vader. And it was really funny because my wife was just there because I wanted to be there as far as the whole Star Wars thing, because she's not into it at all. And Vader just started doing his character thing and yelling at her, and she just no clue what's going on. So she couldn't play along because she just didn't know. And I just stood there and laughed because I was like, if he'd have like started doing this with me, like we could have had like, it would have been funny because I would have been able to like, fire back at him. But he was just like, what do you know of the rebel plot? And she's just like, oh no. But it was very cool. It was a lot of fun. But it's for anybody who's ever been to Central Florida in the summer, it's really fucking hot.
I think I'm a little familiar.
It's about on average like 96 and very humid all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm a little familiar.
Yeah.
No thanks, man.
Yeah.
So it was exhausting in that way, but we had a lot of fun. It was just a great time.
We just hit low 70s up here, and like I don't even want to like walk to my car. So, like it's obviously very nice, but like if you're outside for too long, it's still like kind of tired. But 100 degrees almost. Fuck.
Yeah, you don't even know about heat, bro.
I have no idea.
You really don't.
Self-admit it.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Man, I had to work outside in that Florida heat for quite a while. So
Brad's built different. He's
built different.
#built different. But the crazy thing is it gets pretty much almost as hot up here as it does down there. So
yep. It just doesn't sustain it for as long. That's all.
Right.
So, Josh, I think we need to take a moment to laugh at ourselves.
We do.
A little bit. Because we did a whole episode about how, okay, they're not going to call up Gunnar Henderson. And then we said, okay, that's all right. It's fine. It sucks, but it's fine. And then, I mean, I think before the episode was even uploaded, we got word that...
Yep, I was still editing.
Yeah, so it wasn't even up yet. And Rock just, he got on the Twitter machine and he said...
Big hashtag Orioles news.
That big hashtag Orioles news was Gunnar joining the taxi squad, along with DL Hall, who we'll talk about in a little bit. But the big one was obviously Gunnar.
Big hashtag Orioles news.
Big hashtag.
I was a little disappointed, as I told you guys, that I missed that one because I would have hard disagreed with some of the shit that you guys said. I would have been outraged if he didn't get called. You guys were like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. I was like, what are you? I was listening. I was like, no. Even though I knew it was already called up. I was like, I wish I was there for that.
I mean, it would have made it for a much more interesting because I kind of expected me and Josh to disagree on this, but like we agreed and we both had the same thoughts. So it was kind of like
you guys are both on the same page on that.
I was too, and I thought it was going to be a good conversation piece, and we would have a little bit of a debate. See, like we're adults here, so we can handle disagreeing with each other every once in a while, and I think it makes for a more entertaining podcast. When you have debate and not just like we've said before, three idiots being like, yes, quite. Mm-hmm, yeah, mm-hmm. So, just a bunch of yes men with each other. So
yeah, I mean, they intentionally have those shows on ESPN. They're designed for them to disagree, even if they don't necessarily disagree.
Yes,
it's Kellerman. Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
there's no way someone can disagree that much, and it's obviously a production.
Yeah, I think they openly admit it too, because isn't like embrace the debate one of the taglines in one of those shows?
Yeah, like they just it's actually very like skilled of Max Kellerman and Stephen A to just go on there and like be complete polar opposites and be like really like into both sides, whatever side they take.
There's no way that they actually disagree on everything. It's just they're just well versed on whatever the argument is for either side. That's all.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So we're going to start being contrarians to each other just for the sake of it, just to hopefully we'll get some clicks, and nothing we say on this podcast will ever be actually what we think. So stay tuned for that.
Brad can be Skip Bayless.
Okay, sure. Let's do it.
All right. Who gets to be Shannon?
Skip, if you're listening in, give me a call after we're done recording tonight and let's talk some things out. I got to get on your level.
Just somehow spin this conversation into LeBron.
So, do you guys think it's interesting at all that in the initial report was not Orioles calling up Gunnar Henderson? It was Gunnar Henderson joining the team in Cleveland to be on the taxi squad when the very next day they made the corresponding roster move. They selected his contract. They gave him, they didn't give him 83 like Stowers. They gave him number 2, which, jersey numbers on the surface may not mean a lot, but
it's a real number.
It's a real number. And I'm not saying Kyle Stowers won't get a real number, but like to be given a real number straight away. Yeah, not this year. To be given a real number straight away is kind of like it's a sign of like, you're here now and it's your time.
Yep.
So do you think there's I guess I'm saying it's not really, it doesn't really matter, but do you think that was always the plan and for some reason they just did the taxi squad thing as like a formality, or do you think something changed and they decided to activate him?
I think 100% it was a formality because like Rock said it at like 11 o'clock at night or something like that. He might have even had like bad information or something, but from his impression, it was Gunnar's on the taxi squad because he was going to the team, but the team hadn't made the corresponding move yet. So they have to technically put him on the taxi squad. And then the following move is tomorrow. I see. Which entire formality, but Gunnar and DL came up fully knowing that they were going to be on the team tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. Obviously Gunnar's parents had to come up.
No, I disagree. Actually, they didn't. No, I'm just kidding. I actually wasn't sure. I mean, I knew for sure that once he was on the taxi squad, he was going to be placed on the active roster. The only part that I wasn't sure about is would it be a day or two later, because I didn't know if there was a loophole that if he's on the practice squad at that September 1 deadline, or sorry, not the practice squad. You know what I meant, the taxi squad.
Yeah.
Then maybe he would have been fine. That was the only question in my mind.
There's already some loophole that even if they didn't call him up before then, if he's replacing a player that's injured, it would have made him playoff eligible. So I don't think that was ever really that big of an issue. They could just do the whole, Ubaldo pothole thing with somebody if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals. I think it was Nathan Ruiz was talking about it, and he said like, yeah, it's really not a thing because the only like technicalities they have to be replacing an injured player, and that's like basically it. So yeah, that whole deadline thing seems like it was never really what we drummed it up to be.
Well, maybe not, but at the same time, he was up right at that deadline. So
he was. This is true. This is very true.
And not going to lie, when we recorded last week, I was convinced that while we were talking, it was the last day of August. So I forgot there was the 31st.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps to know your calendar a little bit, Josh.
It does. I went my entire day thinking the next day was September 1st. So it wasn't just here. Big
wrong. But at any rate, I have to say this before we move on to the next point. I was talking to Freddie the next day about what we just discussed. And he said, you guys are actually the Bob Nightingale of podcasts, and it's hilarious. And he's right. He's right. Every time we say something, we double down on a take. We are proved wrong.
We don't double down on a lot of takes, but we do sometimes, and we were like 0 for 3 on those. Like the last one was the Mateo second half scorching.
Who, by the way, is now just as ice cold as he was the whole first half. So you all can stop tagging us and things.
Yeah, it kind of indicated there, but for about a month there, it wasn't looking good for the Talking Birdie boys.
Nope. But I just thought that was funny. The whole Brad, are you familiar with the whole Bob Nightingale thing? I know you're not very active on Twitter, so I'm not sure if you're aware of it.
I vaguely remember seeing some stupid shit that he's tweeted, but I can't remember the full details on it. So I know that it's a negative, but I can't remember the context of it.
He's just kind of known for like tweeting things. Like whenever he tweets something, whatever. The opposite always happens, basically.
Isn't he the one that tweeted about the Orioles are waving the white flag?
Yes.
Because,
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's very weird about the way he like phrases tweets and stuff. Like he's just such a boomer on baseball Twitter. And like, it's just, One of my favorite running jokes on baseball Twitter is anytime Bob Nightingale tweets anything, it's like right here, Yadier Molina with another home run is what he just tweeted, and like comments will be like, confirmed Yadier Molina doesn't hit a home run.
Yeah. That's just the running joke. Everything that Bob says, like, I think it was a lot during the lockout stuff too.
Because he had information, like he was coming out with information that like nobody had, and like like everyone was just like, I think Bob's full of shit, and then Bob was full of shit like half the time.
Yeah. That's why we call him Boob.
Boob.
He's Boob.
Because he had like when he thought that they had made like they had compromised and had like signed a new CBA or whatever, and like 2 months later we're still negotiating.
Yeah,
it was just so off.
So yeah, that's the joke. Boob is Boob. And yeah, so we're the Bob Nightingale of Orioles pods. So
we're gonna have to shake that.
We're gonna have to, for sure.
Bob Nightingale is not a comparison that you like to get.
No, not at all.
Still working out the kinks.
Only 50 episodes in, guys. You gotta give us some time here.
We do not have sources. Actually, that's not true.
We do.
It's half true.
We have sources.
We know people that tell us things sometimes.
We do.
Okay.
Wow, way to make us not sound cool anymore, Ryan.
Just being silly, guys. Just being silly.
If there are any inside sources at the warehouse that want to reach out to us, we'd be glad to get in touch.
Please feed us information. Please feed us info.
Adley Rutschman's big tits, we're looking at you.
We're desperate. Help us out.
Stand with big tits.
I thought we were walking with the big tits.
Walking with the big tits. Well, we stand and walk because when we're done walking, we have to do something, right?
We can't sit with the big tits?
We can do that too. We can eat with the big tits. We can drink with the big tits. Go to sleep with the big tits.
Oh. All right, Josh. It's a little X-rated here, buddy.
I've covered all the human actions.
Mm-hmm. Not all of them.
Why did you not press a soundboard right there?
Damn it, wrong one.
Hashtag Orioles.
I can't believe you right now.
Sorry. There we go.
Starts to come and then he pulls out.
With big tits. I can't believe you missed the button.
Dude, I have 12 hotkeys here. Okay. I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong one.
To be fair, we've only had a soundboard for like 4 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you a pass.
You talk about 6 inches though. That
still bothers me that his voice got all distorted there. I need to recut that one.
Deep voice Ben McDonald.
Darth McDonald.
Darth McDonald. Sounds like Zurg.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
Zurg.
Hell yeah. We're going on rants again. All right. So about that Gunnar debut, guys. Did you guys get to watch it?
Go ahead, Josh. You already answered.
My answer is no.
Watching. I wasn't watching, but as I told you guys, when I'm not watching, I'm at least following on my phone. And I had put my phone down for a minute. I knew Gunnar was due up that inning, and I saw that the score was 1-0, and it was the third batter up at the inning with 1 out. And I was like, "Oh my god, how they do it? How they do it?" I pulled my phone up and I saw Gunnar hit a bomb. It was like his second out of that. I was like, "Ah!" So that was my excited reaction.
I watched his first at bat, and I think I went to the grocery store, and when I came back, I saw Gunnar Henderson hits a solo home run, 1, and the Orioles take a 1-0 lead. And I was like, "Damn it!"
Yeah, you fucked up, bro.
Didn't expect. I expected maybe his first hit or something, but I didn't think he did his first bomb right there.
429 feet, right?
He uncorked it. Yeah, he demolished that ball. He swung so hard his helmet came off.
Oh, I was also fired up because I had a Gunnar Henderson RBI prop bet that night. So that's another reason that I was like, "Let's go!"
You degenerate.
Big money, bro. Big money.
Mm-hmm.
Big money.
Yeah.
Sadly, that
So-
was the highest
Nope.
point of his career to this point. But I mean, 9 games in.
That's
I mean,
a little.
he's hitting close to 300. Like I know the average doesn't matter, but he's getting hits.
Yeah, he's like
Hitting
not
fine.
atrocious. Like he's deserving of everyday starts. It's just like he's been he's been a player in the lineup since he came up.
He had a rough game in the field on what was it? The doubleheader.
Yeah.
Was it the doubleheader? Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
he's
gee,
playing
maybe it's because he's not a
positions-
second baseman.
right. He's
I mean,
playing
I
positions
don't-
that are not his.
I don't give a fuck about that, dude. I really don't.
You mean him struggling in the field?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care either.
They're not going to leave him at second, and they're probably not going to leave him at short, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Even if they were, I'd still want him there over Odor.
Right.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you say of course, but a lot of people don't feel that way.
Well, a lot of people are fucking.
Yep.
Retarded.
Yep.
A lot of people like to make their judgments on 9 games. And,
Well, also a lot of people are big Rugi Odor fans because he cheers so hard.
Yeah.
And
He is the glue that's holding the clubhouse together, guys.
That's what you need. That's what you need.
Without Rugna Odor, the Orioles clubhouse would look like an angry Chris Sale had just come through there with a baseball bat.
They would be like sitting COVID distance apart on the bench. They wouldn't be talking to each other.
Yep.
They'd probably all be wearing masks too because they wouldn't want to look at each other's faces.
Mhm.
They're wouldn't be very social. They probably wouldn't know the rules as well. There might be some misunderstandings there.
Yeah.
So you gotta have them.
I mean, who would tell them that you have to get 3 outs in an inning if Rugi wasn't there?
Yeah.
who
I
will
mean,
make
some
the key
teams
error in the 8th inning that cost the Orioles the lead? Who else?
Dude, I don't know. I just don't know how we get by without a guy like that. Like, it's so obvious. Every team has one. Like, obviously, we need one too. So,
All bad players must stay.
yes, all bad players must stay. They must be here.
That's why Jorge Mateo's
and-
still here.
Yes, Josh, you're right.
I separate myself from both the anti-Mateo bros over here and the anti-Mateo fan club and sit firmly in the middle.
Hey, Mateo's won you some money, so I can understand.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think I'd feel differently too
That's
if
true.
if he was responsible for financial gain on my end.
I certainly won't agree with anyone that thinks he's a long-term solution at shortstop. I'll give you guys that.
That's good.
But
But
as a bench
but
player,
you would
yes, I would.
but you would still say that.
He's got
Right?
that dog in him. Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Okay, cool. Just making sure we're clear on that.
He's been a net negative on my mental health, and he hasn't improved my finances, so I can't really get behind him.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Well, they adjusted the odds on that real early in the season. So after I won 2 pretty decent sized bets off of it, I haven't bet that since because they adjusted it back down to reasonable odds after that.
Damn.
Oh, that guy's really fucking fast. That's crazy.
Maybe we should have
like-
been on that.
They like probably Googled him after that. They're like, oh shit, he sold 80 bases in the minors 1 year. we fucked that one up.
Yep.
People talked about his scorching second half, but he was like 4 for 8 on steals or something like that. I think in the second half, he was like 4 caught stealings.
Yeah, he has got caught more than I would have expected lately. I felt like.
Do we
If
think
he
that's
is-
is he just not getting the jumps that he used to get, or what? What do you guys think?
I would
Yeah,
have to.
maybe.
I would have to watch it again to really make a determination on that. So I can't really comment on it.
I'd say teams got the
I
book
would
on him,
say-
but I don't know how they didn't have the book on him.
I would say probably he hasn't got the jumps. I don't really know what else it would be because we already know he's fast as fuck. I mean,
By the way, guys,
Probably.
OPS still under 700 for Jorge. OPS plus at 88. He's
I mean,
fast though. He can be fast though.
I mean, that's way better than it was earlier in the year.
Yeah, his first half numbers are low 600.
See, that's not like on the level of some of the shitty guys we've had throughout the years, like fucking Rio and fucking Rougned Odor right now.
Well, it's the point we made before. Like, he does provide something, at least, like a decent glove, and he's fast. He can't hit, but at least there's something there. Like, what Pat Valleca offer that was a tool? Nothing.
Right.
He had nice hair.
There's another one.
Did have nice hair, and he kind of looked like Robin Hood when he wore a mask.
Pat Valleca, the value that he provided is he was one of a number of players that helped the Orioles compile some high draft picks. That is the value that
this is true.
I'm sure he was good at like filling Gatorade cups or something.
Getting the bags for the vets.
I'm sure of it. He has to have been. He just looks like that type. Oh, look at that. Jackson Holiday 3 for 4 with 2 doubles last night and a walk. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's heating up.
What did he do tonight?
So far, last I saw, he was 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Let's see, I can pull out again. I don't think they're done yet. They're still playing.
Okay.
Man gets on base.
Yeah, I saw the Aberdeen Iron Birds had like a terrible game yesterday, but Luis Valdez had like one of their hits and he had a walk and he got caught stealing.
Yeah, he's not been hitting well at all.
No.
Neither have any of the guys really that recently got bumped up to Aberdeen.
No.
All been hitting terrible.
Fabian's been terrible.
Even Ben Cosme's been hitting bad too.
He's supposed to be
Beavers was hitting.
light.
I thought Beavers was hitting well.
Yeah, he is. He's had like a couple games.
Oh, 333 average, 760 OPS.
Holiday is now 0 for 2 tonight, but he has 3 walks.
How about how bad Heston Kjerstad's been since he got to Aberdeen?
That's disappointing, man.
Sub 650 OPS.
Ooh.
Now, it seems like most guys are hitting worse than I shouldn't say that. I know
Cowser was terrible in high A, and then he got to double A.
I know he wasn't terrible. He had like about an 800 OPS, but he was
not terrible, but he was like subverting expectation.
Yes, and then he just absolutely pissed all over double A. And then Connor Norby was kind of in the same boat.
Yeah, the college guys are supposed to like shred that kind of like pitch in like high A, low A, and double A is kind of where they start to get challenged.
They say that Aberdeen is not a hitter's ballpark.
They say that league is just not a hitter's league. Like the pitchers just do so well down there.
Yeah. Then again, I don't really feel like the Eastern League double A has historically been a hitter's league either, but I don't know. Cowser and Norby are tearing it up there. So
yeah.
Well, Cowser did, and then he got bumped up. I actually was at the game last night. I got a foul ball. Well, I mean, it bounced. I was sitting by the Richmond bullpen. They tossed it to me. The ball was just in play. It was fucking waterlogged. It's like this ball was just in play.
You're lying.
Like this is ridiculous, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Fucking wild, dude.
I think Norby hit like 9 home runs last month. 9 waterlogged baseballs.
I mean, I don't think they're all waterlogged, but
no.
that one definitely was. And it just the ball hitting the bat in that, like when I'm watching that as opposed to MLB, it definitely sounds different. It sounds deader.
They feel different. I don't know how many major league balls you've gotten, but the seams are a lot tighter. I have a lot of official. I don't catch many games, but I have a lot of official MLB balls that I bought for autographs and shit. And yeah, they're definitely a little bit different.
Wish you would have told me how expensive those baseballs were.
Yeah, I listened to that part too. You said they were what, $26?
Yeah,
used to be.
They are expensive. I get them on Amazon in bulk for like 18 a piece, which is still expensive, but not as bad as 26.
Yeah. 26 for one was kind of insane. It really just was. It was just because I didn't even entertain the possibility of a single baseball being that expensive. So it was a kind of a shock.
You thought you'd go in there like sub $15 max.
I would have spent $15 on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
26. No. Yeah.
It's like a meal.
Yeah, I pretty much put in one big order for them before a season, and that's my allotment for the season. And that's it's an expensive hobby collecting.
Yes, it is. So. Like everything, every hobby is expensive.
After they sign it, you make your money back. So.
It is. Well, yeah, if I sell it, which I haven't really sold anything yet, but I could if I want to authenticate shit. I could make some decent money. I have some pretty nice shit, so I could, but we'll see. As of right now, I like having some pretty cool shit.
Having cool shit is fun.
But it's still my second most expensive hobby behind softball. So,
not gambling.
Yeah, I was gonna say gambling has got to be the most expensive.
That depends when you ask me. Because sometimes it's my most profitable. Sometimes it's my most expensive.
My man.
Yep.
Hey guys, what do you think Adley's OPS plus is up to?
135.
128.
If this was the Price is Right, Brad wins. 131.
Damn it. I actually knew that too. I look at it every morning.
OPS
His WAR got like a huge jump the other night. They must have done. They must have like recalculated some defense or something because he went up from like 4.2 to 4.6.
Yeah, according to Baseball Reference, he's at 4.6 right now.
Yeah, he's like caught Julio. He's top 10 in AL and position player WAR.
It's wild, dude.
It is wild.
Not that I care.
90 games.
Not that I care because WAR is dumb.
WAR is dumb. 90 games. It's a lot. He's like on like an 8 WAR pace.
Yeah.
Because
pretty impressive.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time WAR matters is like just being sheerly just like baffled by like his numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
I still think Julio's going to get the ROI.
It's going to be close.
He probably will. But the fact that Adley came up in May and has played well enough to have like forced himself into the conversation,
especially after a terrible start,
is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. That's good enough for me.
He'll get the Topps All-Star Rookie cup on his card next year, and that's all that matters to me.
It's good enough for you, but I had a prop bet on Adley ROI, so I would like for him to win it.
Man.
It wasn't a very big bet though, so it's not a big deal. But I would like for him to win it.
Ryan, you like those designs for next year's cards, right?
Yeah, I love it.
You do like it, okay.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah, they were dope. They haven't done something like that where like the player's face is also on the cards. It's like it's been a long time, probably early 2000s.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Brad, have you seen? I know you don't collect, but the Topps released the design of the 2023 card, and they used Adley's rookie card that will be in that set to display the new design. Have you seen it?
I have not. No.
I'll send it to you now. It's a really good looking card.
My all-time favorite card design is 1983, and they had the up-close picture in the bottom corner, and like the border was really simple, and that's why I really like this one.
1983.
They went a little future with the logo, but it looks really nice. I'm trying to think of all the rookies that are going to be in. Like me and you talked about it, Ryan. Like Gunnar's going to be in there somewhere. Probably Vavra, Stowers will be. Bradish will probably be an update, but next year's cards are going to be really fun to be an Orioles collector. Update will probably have Westberg and Gray Rod.
Yep.
So good times. Maybe even Kowser. Probably not.
Nah.
Because the cutoff's like middle of May. I mean, like I don't really expect Kowser in there by then.
Dude, no way.
DL Hall's card will be in there next year.
Hey, who cares about that?
Dude.
You're so off on DL.
He's caused me severe emotional trauma.
He has. Mountcastle's heated up this week, though, so that the talk about it last week kind of, once again, Bob Nightingale.
He got to play the Blue Jays, that's why.
Yeah. Mans was our only offense yesterday.
Yeah.
First inning double. Yeah, let's get sad. Let's talk about that awful series.
It is sad time.
You need like Grim Reaper music.
I know.
on soundboard. We should have prepared for that. Or whatever. Dun, 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 dun.
As we
Gotcha.
eulogize the Orioles season, even though it's not over.
Yeah, well, I mean,
If they got swept, it was over, but they hung on just enough to like, oh, maybe next series we can make back all that ground, or if they have like a bad week or something.
yeah, right.
Giving me 4.5 games is just enough to kind of convince myself, hey, maybe we got a chance, but it's not looking good.
It's too much for me. I mean, I'm still gonna watch. I'm still gonna support them, and people are more than welcome to rip me apart if they do end up making it. But this is a point where I kind of de-stress and emotionally detach myself and stop stressing every single night about we need to win the fucking game, because I don't like say Toronto. What do we have? 25 games left.
Something like that.
Let's say for shits and giggles, Toronto has the same amount of games left, and they go 13-12. We would have to go 18-7. I mean, that's pretty fucking tough to do.
It's not easy.
And that's just if Toronto barely goes over 500. The way they've been playing, it's reasonable to think that they probably do a little better than that. So if they go 14-11, then you're talking 19-6. I mean,
they've won 8 out of their last 10 already.
I mean, yeah, it's possible, but I kind of last night was kind of the part where I emotionally detached, and reality kind of feels like it set in for me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll be glad to have people shit all over me for it.
I think we have 6 games left against the Blue Jays, and like, yeah,
you think we can go 6-0 against Toronto?
Of course not. I'm saying if we even go like 4-2, we're still not over the top, and that's if we literally beat them 1-for-1 over the course of 2 series, and that's, I mean, 4-2 is tough to do against that team. I know we did it earlier in the year, but the way they looked this series, the way they looked the last couple of weeks here, it's going to be tough, man. I'm still optimistic, but I'm not realistic.
I mean, yeah, last night was kind of the point where I just kind of, once we fell down 3 runs against Manoah, I'm thinking, well, it's been a hell of a year. I'm proud of them. This kind of sucks. But I don't, once we come back next year, I think we're going to be in the postseason 2023, and we're going to be there to stay for a long fucking time. But I don't think this is going to happen this year.
It's not.
Yep.
This series like fully exposed the holes to me that I already knew were there, but I was like, when we play a really good playoff team, we're going to have like that dog in us. And we did not have the dog in us. The offense laid over and died. The pitching staff was gave up 7 runs a couple times. And yeah, just didn't look good all around.
I tell you what, though, this series kind of ignited a hatred towards Toronto for me.
You weren't there already?
I mean, I kind of thought they were semi douchebags, but whatever. Now I would root for the Yankees over them for sure. If they played the Yankees, I would root for the Yankees.
I came to that realization as well, kind of this series, I guess. Like, I just can't stand the Blue Jays. Like, they got pissed off by Brian Baker. Let Brian Baker get in their head.
Dude, did you see their tweets like after the game? Like, all it was like subtweets about Brian Baker.
No,
and all of Alek Manoah's post-game comments were just like him just puffing at his chest. And like, that's how he is. And that's how he's always been since he came into the league last year. But like, you have to understand that there's a little bit of hypocrisy there when you talk like that. And then you get mad because a pitcher strikes you out and walks off the mound and goes like this.
Yeah, and who knows who even said something first? Like, I'm kind of like inclined that Brian Baker was like kind of just talking to himself a little bit, and he was like looking towards their dugout, and then they like said something, and then he did the trick thing. I don't know for sure.
Teoscar reacted like he knew that he was looking at him, because I'm thinking similar to the Robbie Ray situation. I think Teoscar was probably saying something to him, and then Baker struck Chapman out, and he just said, you can see his mouth. He does the hand thing. He says, "Keep talking." That's all he says.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they're all insta triggered.
I thought it was funny Baker was a Blue Jay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he pitched one game for them last year.
Well, he was like in their minor league system for a few years too.
Yep.
Like he probably pitched with Bo Bichette and with Vladdy and with Kevin Biggio and stuff. Like he knows those guys semi-well.
Yep.
Just a fun note. Brian Baker getting in their head. The only game of the series we win, they had to clear the benches.
Yeah, I just like, if you're gonna be the team that talks a lot, you have to have the maturity to deal with it when somebody talks back to you, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's like baseline rule number 1 in sports. Like it's the cliche of you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. It's a cliche, but it's true.
At the very least, this is going to be fun for the next few years between the Orioles and Blue Jays, because it's going to be both teams being very competitive for the next probably 4 to 6 years or something like that. And I mean, if we're going at it with the Blue Jays like this every night for the next 4 years, it's going to be fun.
You can't talk to your media and ask if Ryan Mountcastle ready for me, and then absolutely have a fucking bitch fit because Brian Baker tells you to keep talking. Like it just you can't have it both ways.
Did they say that about Mountcastle?
Yes.
I did not see that.
Yes, because Manoah in the past has called Mountcastle his nemesis, and then
I mean, to be fair, Manoah's a douche, but he probably meant that as a compliment. His nemesis, because he kicked his ass.
That part, yes. But leading into that game yesterday, the game after, one of the reporters said something to him about like if he was ready to face Mountcastle, his nemesis, again tomorrow. And apparently Manoah's response was, "Is he ready for me?" Like,
nice rhetorical question, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure, he might be. I don't know. It looked like he was because he hit a double off you in the first inning. So
I mean, I don't take so much issue with that answer, but overall, I mean, Manoah is pretty much an insufferable douchebag.
Oh, me and Ryan can't stand him. He's fat fuck.
Yeah, he's a fat fuck.
I mean, he's really fucking good. I gotta admit that. I give credit where it's due, but fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy entirely. I can't even, like, I told Ryan this yesterday. I can't even like look at Alejandro Kirk anymore. He's just so weird looking.
Dude, he looks like a T-Rex when he runs. His arms get shorter. And he's like, he runs like mini-me.
Why does he wear the high socks too? Like, it does not look good on big guys.
I don't know. I said this to a couple people on Twitter, but like he looks like when you're a kid and you get a sports game and you're just like, you open the creative player menu and you're like, this will be funny. And you make the guy as short and fat as the game will allow. And then you laugh as you watch him run because you gave him 99 speed. And he looks like little fat mini-me just darting around the field. And it's funny. That's what Alejandro Kirk looks like.
I've never seen someone look like that fat in catcher's gear either. Like, it obviously like makes you look. It looks like bigger.
It doesn't fit him.
No, it doesn't. It's like they don't make a weird enough size for him. Like they need a big little, like a big in terms of like wide and like also small because he's like 5'7".
When he has the helmet on, you can't see his neck, so it's just like. It's so amusing.
It is. It really is. The fact he's playing so good too is like kind of annoying. It's like, I wish he was fade away.
He's really fucking good. It's really annoying.
He really 2014 Royals us in that last game, just doinking broken bat singles into the outfield.
So yeah, it's funny you make the comparison to 2014 Royals in that aspect that they blooped away to their way to a victory. They're also the 2014 Royals in the aspect of that's the last team that I can remember that I couldn't fucking stand. And the Blue Jays are now on that level.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I was always like, oh, I hate the Yankees. I hate the Red Sox. I mean, I don't really give that much of a shit anymore. I don't like them. I mean, I hate the Nationals because their fan base. But I actually hate the Blue. I don't hate the players on the Nationals. I hate their fan base. I actually can't stand the Blue Jays players. Can't.
Yeah.
With the Yankees, it's like they're not a very fun team. Like they play decent some here and there, but like they're not like a fun team. They're not a fiery team. They don't really get under your skin like they used to. Like their stadium certainly does, and their fans still do. But like they're not very, I don't know, easy to hate, I guess, just because like they're just so vanilla that like I don't even care. Like they don't inspire any like emotion out of me. It's just like, it's the Yankees, whatever. They're supposed to win all the time. And like, I don't know, the Orioles have never had a problem with them. They don't talk shit about Orioles players and stuff, but like can't stand Alek Manoah.
They did have a big time benches clearing brawl back in '97, but I guess you weren't even born yet, Josh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that era, the Yankees were definitely the most hated team in baseball. I mean, like that was a very different time, and they're just so lame now.
I grew up hating the Yankees. It's ingrained in me. I still dislike them and generally enjoy it when they lose. But like I was miserable when the Nationals won the World Series because I can't stand their fan base. And I think I would be miserable if the Blue Jays won the World Series this year because I can't stand their players.
Yep, I thought about that as well. Like if the Yankees were to win the World Series, I'd be like, obviously irritated.
Yeah, I'd be like, damn.
If the Blue Jays won the World Series, oh man.
They already brag about 27 rings or whatever it is. Why not?
Exactly. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It changes nothing really if the Yankees win it all. It would be an annoyance, but whatever. Like it really doesn't change anything in the grand scheme of things.
Aaron Boone keeps his job another 2 years.
Yeah. Now, I mean, again, I will reiterate that doesn't mean I want them to win the World Series. I certainly don't. But I would root for them over the Blue Jays, 100%.
I think I'm with you. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I think I'm with you.
Yeah, and that was how I felt when it looked like the Nationals might have been playing the Yankees in the World Series, but it ended up being the Astros. But I said that before then, too. If the Yankees played the Nationals, I would have rooted for them.
Yep. So we'll wrap our last little topic here. I just kind of threw this in because I saw an article today that, let me clarify. I saw someone post an article or post a snippet of an article. I believe it's from The Athletic. So allow me to pull that up. But this is just going to be like a, what do we want to see the most out of the O's in free agency this year?
I mean, I think it goes without being said. We need a big-time starting pitcher. Or at least an upgrade over a Jordan Lyles type free agent starting pitcher.
Yes.
Probably two.
That's got to be your biggest want, right? Like either at the very least, a middle of the rotation ad. Like we are getting John Means back next year. Don't know what that's going to look like. You can't really rely on that guy to be a Cy Young candidate after a Tommy John surgery. And then we'll have Gray Rod up, and we can assume that'll be pretty decent. Don't know how decent, but yeah, you definitely need to add some depth to this rotation. And Austin Voth and Spencer Watkins are not going to get you over the hump.
Spencer Watkins and Norfolk Tide, so we don't.
He is a Norfolk Tide, but up until this week, he was part of the major league rotation, and that just
Spencer Watkins may have been TKO'd this week.
Yeah.
Austin Voth, as I've said before, I don't necessarily believe in him long term, but I'll give him massive credit for what he's done this year. He has earned an invite to spring training, and that's about it, in my opinion. If he does well in spring training, he can pitch his way into the rotation, but I don't think he can be counted on long term.
Use him as a package with Jorge Mateo to get Pablo Lopez from the Marlins.
That'll do it.
Include them both.
That'll do it. And I will say, both his last two starts, his stat lines haven't been bad, but it looks like he's been starting to get hit harder a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Yeah. Once the book gets out on guys, man, like they start to lose it. I mean, he played a long time with the Nationals and stuff, but whatever the Orioles did to him, teams are starting to kind of catch on a little bit, it seems.
I mean, again, yeah, he was like fucking excellent for actually a pretty decent stretch, and big reason why we're actually in the hunt, or at least were, according to Josh, we still are, but I don't necessarily see it that way.
Hey, I told you that was just optimistic. I don't know how much I actually believe.
Hey, more power to you, man. More power to you. I'm not going to hate on you for it.
Ryan, what is the starting pitcher, like main free agents? I know there's some older guys hitting the market this year. A lot of people want Verlander. I can't really get behind that.
No, I can't get behind that either.
Hard to see. Like 39-year-old guy, you want to sign that to a team making its first run at the playoffs? I don't really think so.
Nah, it's not the
I'm fond of Verlander.
The timing doesn't work out. It's the big fish is going to be DeGrom.
Yeah.
Do they really want to do that? I probably do, but I don't think they will.
I don't think we can afford that.
That's scary. It's scary, man. I mean, he's maybe the best pitcher in baseball. He's certainly up there, but they say the best ability is availability, right? And
he's always hurt.
Often hurt.
He's always hurt. Yeah.
So that's a lot of money to invest in a guy that you don't know how many starts he's going to make for you.
I'm willing to give him benefit of the doubt on that when he's like 39, like Verlander, he might be just like Verlander, where he's like still really effective. But it's whether or not he can stay on the mound. In the last 3 years, he hasn't really been able to.
Yep. So DeGrom's the big boy. This article then, excuse me, then lists Kershaw and Wainwright, but they are saying that if they continue to play, they're likely to just remain with their current clubs. Yeah. One of those keep taking 1-year deals from the team you're with until you decide you're done.
Kershaw's interesting, but I don't think he'd want to come here. He'd rather just stay with the Dodgers, and Wainwright's probably retiring.
Yeah, probably. The big one for me is Carlos Rodon.
The big one.
That's the big one for me. That's the one that I think I would like the best, and I think is also attainable. You also have Chris Bassett, Nathan Eovaldi, Jamison Tyone, who I also like.
I can get behind that. Yeah.
Corey Kluber and Michael Wacha. Kluber's a little old for me. He's been semi-effective this year. Wacha would be kind of like more along the Lyles type.
I think he's a little better than Lyles.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not signing Wacha to be your guy. That's what I'm saying.
We've got too many guys that can do what Wacha can do and probably have a higher ceiling. You'd rather kind of test those out. You'd rather give a rotation spot to DL Hall than Michael Wacha.
For sure.
Drew Rom,
yes.
I'd be down
for that.
Off to a good start, man.
Pretty well.
I at least saw in his first 2 starts, he only gave up 1 earned run in each of them and won about 5 innings or so in each.
Hell yeah.
So very encouraging start for him.
Very nice.
Yeah, Drew's looked good.
Yep.
I'm going to see if I can get his little game log up on Fangraphs here.
14.2 innings, 2.45 ERA, 4 earned runs over that, 6 walks to 20 strikeouts. That's nice.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love
Giving
it.
up some hits, but it doesn't really matter when you're shutting them down. 3 starts.
Yep, he's got 3 starts at AAA. Yep.
Nice.
Yes, sir. So,
and he's not overperforming to where it doesn't really match his like AA numbers, which is cool.
Yeah, he's kind of just continuing to chug along.
Yeah, like all the parameters are like the same.
They'll definitely at least start him in AAA next year, though. So,
yeah.
But I'd love to see him get a midseason shot next year. That'd be awesome.
I think he will. So, all right. Let's wrap this up a little bit. We know we need a starting pitcher. It's not really the reason I wanted to bring this up.
Can I take a guess? The reason you wanted to bring it up?
Go ahead.
Is it Carlos Correa?
Nope, don't care about Carlos Correa anymore.
Good. Because I am actually. Last year I was skeptical. Now I would be against.
Yeah, I don't care about Carlos Correa.
I'd rather see them get Trey Turner or do nothing at all.
Trey Turner, depending on the deal, Dansby Swanson. Outside of that, no.
Yeah, I mean, you'd rather use Ramon Urias or Gunnar Henderson and see if he could stay there. Unless you're bringing in an elite bat into the infield, you might as well just leave it be.
Plus, you got Westberg and you got fucking Joey Ortiz been tearing it up too. I'd rather
Joey Ortiz is fake.
See what those guys have before spending big money.
48 seconds ago, the Would It Dong account tweets Carlos Correa hitting a home run off of Greg Weissert to give the Twins a 4-2 lead in the 8th inning.
Bob Nightingale podcast. Where were you going with this?
My opinion hasn't changed.
No,
I think that's really funny.
It would be even more embarrassing if your opinion about signing Carlos Correa to a massive long-term deal changed because of that one.
Yeah,
song.
like,
But
you know what, guys? I'm thinking a little differently.
All right. Oh man, he really got a hold of that one.
He only hit it 387 feet, but because he hit it down the line, it still would have gone out in every single park.
Well, obviously the argument has never been by any of us that he sucks. He does not. He's a good baseball player.
Yes.
He's
What
not
was your
worth
main
signing
point,
to.
Ryan?
No.
My main point is, what do they do with what kind of secondary signings do they make? Assuming they land a Bassett or a Rodon, somebody like that. What are the secondary signings that fill out this roster?
I'm gonna say it this year. Well, maybe the bullpen because they need something in there because there's a couple just names. But I'm gonna say it this year. I said it last year. You need a good backup catcher.
You do.
Yeah,
you do.
Generic.
Chirinos has exposed the hole that is there, and it's a big one.
It needs to be a little bit better than typical generic backup catcher. It has to be high-end generic backup catcher. No, I am a Maverick Hanley fan. He's put up a decent OPS at Bowie, and they consider him to be glove first. Okay, that's an ideal backup catcher for us.
I could be into that.
Sure, whatever.
It's not going to be him because it's going to be generic backup catcher. But
probably.
I mean,
just 2 days out of the week, you can't. 2 or 3 days out of the week, you can't have that black hole if you expect to make the playoffs. I mean,
yes, if your plan is to sit Adley that often, you have to have a legitimate backup catcher. You have to.
Who can hit to a better degree than Chirinos? His defense is already awful, and like he can't really do much worse than Chirinos' defense. But the bat has to be at least major league average. I mean,
that's the qualifier for me when I say legitimate. They have to be able to hit.
Yep,
that's what I mean.
Yeah. What
they don't have to be great. They don't have to be great. They have to be serviceable at the plate.
Yeah, like Brett Cumberland is not going to get it done. Anthony Benboom's not going to get it done. I don't know about Maverick Hanley. I can't say I have watched him play or really think his ceiling's that high, but I don't know what
I'm not
on free agency.
I'm not saying Hanley's great, but I've seen him hit some long bombs this year. He's got a 750 OPS in double A. I mean, I'm not going to act like he's tearing it up, but if he could put up, and you see, it's not going to be 750 in the big leagues either. But if he could even put up like a high 600s OPS,
if we have
a good defensive catcher.
This is it right here. If the catcher's hitting line looks just like Jorge Mateo's, we've done our job correctly. But for the backup catcher,
okay, yeah, sure.
Like can hit with a little pop every now and then. Like actually, like maybe he's not the best approach at the plate, but maybe he can do something. Chirinos can't really do much.
Guys,
hey yo,
Mike Zunino.
That's a perfect option right there. A plus bat for a catcher.
Mike
I don't know
Zunino.
if they'll do it.
That's our guy.
Mike, how's he doing this year?
He's done for the year.
Got me.
Don't worry about that. He'll be fine. He'll be fine in due time.
He was an all-star last year.
Wilson Contreras?
He's going to be too expensive, I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. What about Yachty? 40-year-old Yachty.
No.
Come on, guys.
I mean,
Gary Sanchez.
Yachty said he's officially retired, right?
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure Yachty's done.
I think if he wasn't, I would take him as a backup cat. He's not going to. It's not realistic, but hypothetically, sure, I would.
Gary Sanchez has a 94 OPS pluses this year. We could take that.
I could take Gary.
Give me Gary.
The problem is they won't take Gary because he's a terrible defensive catcher. For me, I don't really care, but that's what they're going to prioritize.
Ryan, are there any lefty catchers hitting the free agent?
No.
There's really not any good. Like, I wish we had Jonah Heim. To be
None
honest.
that even pop out. None that pop out that I know are left-handed.
Damn, Jonah Heim would be perfect for this role.
Tucker Barnhart.
Terrible. He's having an awful year with Detroit.
Martin Maldonado.
Terrible. Well, he can't hit.
Kevin Plawecki.
Don't know much about him.
Hedges
is my guy.
The Oriole that got away, Roberto Perez.
The Oriole that got away. Another guy that can't hit.
Stephen Vogt.
They literally, none of them can hit. It's so terrible. We are so blessed with Adley.
I'm just reading lists, bro. I'm just reading lists.
No, I know. I'm just saying in general, like, it's mind-boggling how bad the catcher position is.
Yep.
That's why I'm like, maybe Maverick Hanley.
Yeah, dude. I'm a Mav fan.
Brett Cumberland's a lefty.
For catcher number 2, I'm a Mav fan.
It gets interesting too, because sorry, very tired. Josh got on super late, and this is just way later than I'm used to recording. So
it's
I'll
true.
have to thank him for that. The other thing this article mentioned was a second baseman.
Like we kind of said with the prospects coming up, like it depends how high they value like Joey Ortiz and Westberg and stuff.
Westberg,
if Westberg and Ortiz are both still with the system going into spring, like I don't know. Like I would like to see them make something aggressive and like maybe ship Mateo out and like bring in like a decent bat on the infield. But if they value Ortiz as a guy who can be that, I'm happy to let them run with it.
Unless there's a can't miss opportunity in free agency with the second baseman, which I don't have those in front of me, admittedly.
I do.
Okay. Give me the top guys.
The biggest one is Adam Frazier.
Okay. What kind of contract are you thinking he's going to demand?
Let me see what he's put up this year. I need to pull up Baseball Reference really quick.
I feel like he's had a down year, and I'd rather watch Ramon Urias.
Yeah, well, see, that's where you're wrong, Josh.
Am I wrong? I'd like to be wrong. I'm not wrong.
I'm just Skip Baylessing it, you know?
Okay, I see. Well, see, Adam Frazier's just not LeBron.
Dude. Yikes.
Yeah, dude. I just pulled it up and no thanks.
Not
yikes.
Good.
Worse OPS than Mateo. Yikes.
He's half the player Mateo Urias.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give me Westberg or Ortiz. Probably Westberg's going to get first dibs, but
we have Gene Segura.
No, is Max Muncy a free agent?
No, he just signed a 1-year extension. He was, but he signed an extension.
He was going to be the one I won because it's like he actually gets on base like at a really good clip.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Justin Turner's cooked. I don't even know if he's a free agent this year.
He is.
I mean, Segura is decent, but I mean, whatever, dude. Just give one of these guys a shot.
Turner is also 38 years old.
Maybe Turner's not cooked because he has a 117 OPS plus this year, but you're really counting the years there. When he's
Justin Turner?
No, he's too old.
What do you guys think of? What do you guys think about this? Hold on. This guy is not technically a free agent, but he is an opt-out. Nolan Arenado.
I mean, that would be yeah, but it's not gonna happen.
That's never happening.
Arenado at third, Henderson at short, Mateo literally sitting on the moon, Ramon Urias playing second base, dude.
I've really started to like Arenado this year too because he's like playing really good for one, but like the way he plays like such a defensive first, even though he's like dominating on offense too. But he's set to make $35 million the next 2 years.
It's fine. Give it to him.
I'd like to give it to him, but I'm saying he's not going to opt out.
Sure, yeah, I would. Yeah, if it's a legitimate upgrade like Nolan Arenado, then yes, I'll take him. But if it's some average stiff, then give me a look at Westberg or Ortiz.
Well, and you've already got Urias and Mateo who are like 3-WAR infielders. You'd rather have those guys for free than you would signing a 4-WAR infielder.
All right.
Yeah, it's maybe a marginal upgrade at best.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you guys take a guy he's 36 years old, so maybe a short deal, with a third baseman, 783 OPS, 118 OPS plus. Do you take that guy?
What is the name?
Don't worry about it. Tell me, do you take that? Do you
The
take
whole
that
point-
guy?
The whole point of the exercise is to not hear the name.
How's
Yeah.
how would
say-
you rate
say-
him as a defender?
He has 3 Gold Gloves to his name.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So wait, read me the numbers one more time.
I'm just giving OPS and OPS plus. He's currently sitting on a 783 OPS and a 118 OPS plus.
What about career?
Career OPS is 807.
I'm into it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I
That's
see
pretty good.
nothing holding up anything.
It's pretty good.
Cool. I'm into it too. It's Evan Longoria.
Oh, based.
Yep.
I like you.
He's how old?
37.
Okay.
I didn't know he's having that good of a year. I thought he was.
I didn't either. Before I read the name, I wanted to look and just see, and I was actually very surprised by the numbers.
I truly thought he retired. Not gonna lie, I thought I thought maybe this was his last year.
Nope. Dude had a 124 OPS plus last year and an 833 OPS in 2021.
Wow, the Giants cheating lab.
Yeah.
So 783 OPS in a very much pitcher friendly park too.
Every time I hear about a
I mean-
righty
I
that I
mean-
like, though, I think of the wall, and I just can't help myself.
Yeah, you're right.
I definitely have a bias towards lefties myself.
You're right.
They've just
You're
made
right.
it so hard to get behind. Oh, he also has an option for a team option for 13
Yeah.
mil.
It's a
I don't know
club
if they
action.
do
Whatever.
that.
I'm just reading off the list, guys.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, if they sign him to like a 2-year, like 24 mil or something like that, that'd be like,
That'd be dope.
I could see that. That could happen, and I could get behind that. But
I'd be into that. All right. So what outfielder are we going to sign?
I don't think they sign any.
I don't want to sign any outfielder.
I do. Kyle Stowers is a bust. We need to sign an outfielder.
Retarded.
Oh man. Well, Austin Hayes not being good anymore kind of changes the outfield outlook for the next few years.
You're right. So we need to sign a premier left fielder. Gotcha. Looking at that list now.
If they did sign a premier left or right fielder, I could get into it. Like if Austin Hayes is not the future plan there, let's hear the names at least. I'd hear the names.
Joey Gallo.
No, so many people are saying that, and I can't stand that idea. You know it.
No.
I saw Locked On O's have him in like our 2023 lineup, and I was like, bruh, Ryan McKenna's better than him in every aspect.
I'm so glad that guy blocked me.
Such bad takes, man.
Okay, so left fielders. It's not looking good. Jorge Soler. I mean,
I knew he was out ahead of him.
Jock. Oh, Jock. We got to get Jock.
Jock, backup first baseman. They've been playing him backup first in practice the last few days. I want Jock to back up Mountie, and he can play outfield something.
Jock will hit the warehouse on a weekly basis.
I wanted Jock last year.
You talking Jock Peterson?
Yes.
Remember when he trashed the Orioles before the season for not spending enough money, and now the Orioles have a better record than the Giants?
Hey, we deserved it, TBH. But Jock 21.
We didn't deserve that. We deserve people to trash us for being terrible. But he clearly didn't understand what they were doing.
I want to see how many home runs he'd have if he played all his games at Camden.
Damn, he's having a really good year.
Yeah, he just mashes righties.
If we get Jock Peterson, then we need to get Tommy Pham in here on the bench. So
he would have 25 home runs this year if he played at Camden Yards all season.
I'm into it.
21. I'm so on the Jock train.
Okay, Jock Peterson, then Tommy Pham comes in too.
If they can teach Jock how to play a little first base, I'm so into it because then we can platoon first until Mountie's better.
Yeah. So we also have some other pitchers that I did not mention.
Mention them, please.
The Giants got Jock for $2.5 million.
Yes, it's absurd. He opted out of that Braves contract where he was making like $10 million, and then he ended up signing for like $2 million.
Dude, the Giants have been doing shit like that for years. They get guys like
Evan Longoria.
Evan Longoria, and they're like their last World Series team had a whole bunch of guys that were former stars. I feel like that signed for cheap for like their last contract because they were supposed to be washed up, and they end up going all the fucking way.
Jock Peterson is a 140 OPS plus this year. Man.
But Jock Peterson is not old. He's
No,
30.
he's like 30. I will buy a Jock Peterson Orioles jersey if they make that happen.
Yeah, that would be sick. Okay, so actually, I think I have like a 1A, 1B with Rodon, and the other one is Aaron Nola.
That's a good one. How's he been this year?
He's 30 and he's 6.4 WAR.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yep.
This says 4.8.
Oh, really? This is just okay. So this list is just giving WAR. I don't know where they're getting it from.
Maybe it's projected through the rest of the season. I don't know, but 121 ERA plus, ERA in the mid to low threes, 3.35. So
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Yep. Let's see. Sean Manaea.
Maybe. I'm more excited about Nola.
Yeah. Chris Flexen.
Maybe.
Tyone. I kind of like Tyone.
Breaking news. I just saw someone post something in an Orioles Facebook group of Shohei Ohtani walking around in a Lamar Jackson jersey. So we can only assume that means Shohei is coming to Baltimore.
He does have an opt-out this year, right?
Yep. So
that's not happening, but he would thrive here. Righty pitcher who can also bat lefty.
I don't know if he's an opt-out, but I do know for a fact he's a free agent next year.
Yeah, they definitely are looking to trade him too. Orioles will not be interested, but
no, why would they be?
No, right.
Not in a trade.
Reason.
Not in a trade. He's a free agent, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not gonna look into trading for him.
Right.
Not a chance.
Not for 1 year.
Nope.
But I do like that as a free agent, maybe. But I don't know if they're going to be that aggressive. We're just not that team.
What about a 34-year-old Chris Sale?
He's always injured.
If he's cheap, yeah.
I know.
When's the last time he actually pitched a full season or anything close to it?
2019, I think.
Yeah.
That's it. I would have thought longer ago.
You can get him for like less than 10 million or something. That's worth a shot.
Yeah, he won't. He has an opt out though. He's not going to opt out after this year.
Oh, no chance. He won't get anything on the market.
Nope. All right, cool. So we've now finished building our Orioles super team. Thank you for listening.
I think the only one I felt particularly strongly about was Jock, and I could get behind Evan Longoria.
Yeah.
I'm for non-pitchers. I'm into Carlos Rodon, but that's a lot of money too.
I'm all about give the prospects a shot. Obviously, I'm biased towards that. So, pitcher, give me a starting pitcher and maybe a reliever.
I am too, but also I feel like it can't hurt to have a free agent guy there just in case said prospect doesn't work. We're moving into a time where we don't just have free games to give away anymore.
Just in case, though, but I mean, he's going to be blocking that said prospect. So if the said prospect works, he's not going to get a shot. So really, either you're picking one or the other, basically. So it's not really a just in case. It's you're either picking the vet or you're picking the prospect. And unless it's a really good vet, I'm picking the prospect because Rougned Odor just spent the whole season blocking a guy like Jordan Westbrook. So there's no just in case here. I mean, if the vet's here, he's probably just going to be here the whole year.
You make a good point.
Yeah, it's true. You can't have too many vets to where you're where you are blocking and where there is nowhere to find an opportunity. Because we've had that kind of happen a couple times this year where you want to get Vavra and Stowers looks, but there's literally nowhere for them to play because one Hyde loves Rougned Odor for some reason.
That's true. I wasn't even thinking about Vavra because I totally forgot about his existence because it's been so long.
They don't play him. Not that he's deserved a everyday start or anything, but he's just hasn't gotten a look.
Right.
You have a guy have a 900 something OPS in AAA and you don't play him over Odor. I don't understand.
Yep.
Well, we got 25 games left for Rookie, and then he gone.
And he
counting down the days.
Maybe when it looks like we're really out of the playoffs, they'll DFA him this late in the season and then just give opportunities.
Honestly, that would be so funny just for all the people that spent all season defending him. Just to see him get axed, literally, maybe with a week left in the season. God, that'd be so funny.
Just couldn't let him finish out the year.
I just couldn't accept it any longer.
Or just stop playing him that late in the year since the rosters are expanded. Just stop playing him.
Yep.
That way he can go out with a little respect.
I don't care about that.
Well, the guys might, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't think they will.
Were there any relief pitchers? We don't need to do this right now.
Hold on. I still
Okay.
have the list.
Because I don't think
Josh.
they're gonna. I'm sorry, Brad. I don't think they're gonna do anything with that because they'd rather just waiver claim their bullpen. But how many times do you see like an analytical team like sign relief pitching? It just doesn't really happen.
Edwin Diaz,
That won't happen.
Kenley Jansen, Blake Trinan, Craig Kimbrell.
I like the idea of Trinan, maybe.
Yeah, Trinan's fine, I guess. We could
You
bring
want like
back,
a not elite name, like
we can bring
Edwin
back
Diaz,
Dick Blyer.
Dick Blyer, Dickie B.
Yeah, this list is way too long. We're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
Thanks for everybody for tuning in for episode 50. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we'll be back for episode 51 next week. Bye-bye.